What's up, crypto legends? How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing great. Let's analyze the situation here for Bitcoin. Currently getting a slight move here to the downside. We're going to analyze the situation here, zoom out on the higher time frames, then zoom in and take a look at those scenarios. How is everyone doing, guys? Make sure to destroy that like button. How is everyone, guys? I'm going to go quickly through the comment section, then we can go through the price of Bitcoin. At the moment, getting a little bit of a drop here. Now we're going to analyze the situation, what has been happening during today, what is happening right over here at this section right now. Okay, want to stay a little bit cautious on this drop over here, even though we are just about trying to break out this value area low from this trading zone. As you can see, we'll be explaining all of these movements. Why did we get a bounce from this range? Also, why did we get rejected from here? Why did we, also broke down from a higher low structure here from a small symmetrical triangle? Want to stay a little bit cautious here with this drop, as of course, when we zoom out, yes, it is true that we are in a massive downtrend and we have broken down aggressively from this higher low support level. Of course, there are ways in doing day trading, scalping, okay, being defensive, having good risk management, okay, during this area of trading. Now, I'm going to go quickly through the comment section right away and say hello to the community. And then we'll do that educational content, okay? Go through some levels, go through what's going on with Bitcoin, with the price action, what is next, okay? Because most importantly, what we need to do, instead of focusing so much inside of this zone, which we are at the end of the day, in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, we'll be, either breaking down somewhere or breaking to the upside, okay? So this is what we're going to take a look at here, zooming out on the higher time frames and understanding the market, understanding the structure, the levels, what could potentially happen, big breakouts, big fake outs, all right? And trying to understand, what could be the next scenarios to take those major opportunities. So let me quickly go through the comment section, say hello to the community, because I appreciate the people joining in here, commenting, talking about trading scenarios, also, asking me about altcoins, this scenario. So let's say hello to the community. Father Time, thank you very much for joining the live stream, my man. You are absolutely awesome, always giving insane support. What's up? How are you doing? Nevada, hi Andy, is there a descending triangle with one fake out to the downside on the 15-minute 1 hourly? Yeah, well, this is something I was taking a look at here. Potential fake out. I mean, this is, it's a difficult area. You decide if you want to trade this. I was telling this to the community just a few minutes ago before the live stream. It's a bit of a tricky range here. Okay, a tricky range. We're going to talk about different scenarios. So I guess, 15-minute, 1 hourly time frame. So I guess, yeah, more like 15-minute, 5-minute time frame, kind of forming this descending triangle scenario right over here. Okay, I think this is the one that you are talking about, right? These lower highs right there and these lows being quite respected, but potentially being a fake out right over here. This is very much possible, okay, being a fake out, because it is the value area low. And, this is, it's a difficult, it's not an easy range to trade. Of course, you do have your invalidation points if you want to trade this as a fake out or you want to trade it as a breakout. It's it's a difficult scenario. Okay, this one of course was a much easier scenario for me. I mean, I explained to the community, we talked about this yesterday, about potentially forming a Gartley pattern here, right? I was saying to the community, hey, we are likely to get at least one bounce. Okay, when you do this kind of price action and you fall down here and you have an epic bounce, okay, I managed to get into that short position. Reason why, it was a daily and we were just hitting the, it's the two highest volume spikes, okay? It was just at the end of the live stream, managed to jump into that short because I was just ending the live stream here when we were trading at this range. Now, basically, got off the live stream, analyzed the situation and thinking, hey, this is actually not a good, this is not a bad shorting opportunity right there. Of course, you could have your invalidation point above this lower high. Reason being, you have big volume right over here, big volume right there, and you have an epic huge bounce suddenly out of nowhere, right? So the volume relatively low compared to the volume down. I mean, you're hitting that daily level, you're hitting here, this level over here, which has high volume, right? The lows, just so you can understand, guys. It's just, you know, it's all about education as well, knowing how to react, knowing how to have good risk management. All right, I got out of that trade last night. Could have been, you know, could have made more profits, but it doesn't matter. I was going to sleep, thought, you know, I just want to get out of the position. It's in profits, it doesn't matter. I was happy with that, you know, small little scalp. Of course, I was aiming here to the lows, or at least the 618. The 618 didn't happen till 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I just, you know, took profits at this range before going to bed. Now, also, you know, what Fibonacci levels, the start of the drop here happened right over here, okay, at this, this was yesterday at 1 o'clock Central European time. This is the start. You got the pivot high, and then you have a huge, massive drop. If you get Fibonacci levels from this high to the low, 50% is exactly at that daily level and that high volume candle, first high volume candle from the move down. So, you know, it's a very, very possible rejection level, right? We said, you know, V-shaped recoveries are very unlikely. You know, they just don't usually happen, especially when you break out such a huge major zone with high volume. It's very rare you're going to get a massive V-shaped recovery and go back up to $28,000. It just does not usually happen. So you don't want to be scared on this kind of breakout, you know, on a huge, massive relief pump. You know, especially with such low volume, you know, hitting a huge resistance level, right? Just a brief explanation on that. So, yeah, that was that scenario. And what we're going to talk about right now, I want to go through some levels right over here. But, you know, this is a difficult area because this low can be claimed. This could be a successful descending triangle. However, it's already getting a reaction. We're already getting a couple of wicks that it looks like it's not managing to break down. So something that I talked about with my team, you know, and this bounce basically was from, you know, we talked about a Gartley pattern yesterday, but basically this Gartley pattern was well off time, okay, because we started consolidating. But you could, you know, when you go to higher time frames, you could get this pivot high to this low, and then this high, for example, okay, or, you know, you'd get more this one, either this one, and then you form this larger Gartley pattern hitting that 789, okay. So you can see right over there, you know, there were two levels mentioned yesterday on the community, right? You know, just to keep it simple, you know, we know 618 is highly respected, and this is when we were trading at this zone. And we know that the 7.8 is also a highly respected level. You know, those two levels for that potential short-term bounce. We're not saying that we're going to get an epic bounce and we're going to go absolutely fly. You know, it's just a potential bounce in the short term, right? When we start, you know, coming up close to the highs, you want to take some profits. You're likely going to reject. You don't know if you're going to break up successfully. So when you get up to resistance levels, you know, you're out of the position if you manage to get it. So we can see right over here, the lows, okay, to the highs right there, pivot low to pivot high from the drop, okay. So what we do get here is that 618 being touched exactly and got the bounce, and then we got the 7.8 being touched exactly and getting the bounce. You know, this is how important these Fibonacci levels, you know, whoever says Fibonacci doesn't work, you know, it's just not, it's not reliable. Yeah, it absolutely is. You know, this is why Fibonacci is one of my key, you know, tools to use when I'm charting, when I'm doing my trading, because, you know, they're magical. They're there and they are respected many times. You know, just to go through here a little bit of what was talked about yesterday. Epic fake out here, epic bounce. So, I mean, there's two scenarios here that we talked about on the community. And it's basically a Gartley pattern. And it looks like that this Gartley pattern can actually go to higher levels, right? This has been a fake out. We haven't seen, you know, look at the wicks that we have created. Now, it's not an easy trade, but have we hit? I mean, we've just hit the 7.8 to perfection right over there. You know, just as is a scenario that we talked about. Okay, I just jumped into a live stream because I didn't do a live stream or video today. But it's basically this scenario right over here, right? Now, not an easy trade. You know, this is, you want to try and get in at the lowest level possible and protect position, because this just could be a quick relief pump. You know, if you come down and you actually hit that level and create another low, you get stopped out, but you don't manage to break down, then you could decide to re-enter that trade again, because you could always, you know, kind of double bottom here on the lower time frames. You know, it's just not an easy trade, but overall, you know, this is what we get. You know, this is the possible scenario of not managing to break out successfully and take the decision, right? You're taking the decision. Now, if this does manage to hold very nicely, I'm just going to say, you know, we are potentially even going to go to the value area high from the range. What is the value area high? When we take a look at the fixed range profile, you know, we got the point of control. Obviously, it's going to be a big resistance zone. Not only that, it is the point of control, right? You know, I mean the 618. So if we do take a look at point of control, 618 from this drop from the C to this low over here. I mean, we always know that the 618 is a take profit zone, right? If you are doing this kind of scalping with these small little patterns. But it was a possibility. It's a possibility. Of course, you need to have invalidation points. You know, is this worth it? When we are looking at these potential long scenarios, we need to zoom out and understand that we have massive move down with red volume, and these lows could actually be claimed, you know, in between today and tomorrow. Now, are they going to be claimed now in the next coming hours? Or are we first going to claim these highs over here where there is a bunch of liquidity as well? These lower highs haven't been claimed from this major drop. You know, this is also a possibility. Of course it is, you know, and then get the drop. So this is, you know, something that I'm discussing with the community, looking at the potential scenarios. So yeah, I'm going to go through the comment section. This is not an easy scenario, because what has happened here, and let me just quickly go through today's trading range, guys, to keep that educational content. Okay, keep that education content, and then we can talk about some more scenarios, you know, on the price of Bitcoin. We'll be zooming out also on the 4-hourly time frame, just to explain where we at, okay, where we at and what are we looking for here, because we have tested these lows over here already. Okay, there is a possibility you could have one more test and have another fake out. Okay, if it does create that fake out, then of course it could be another potential good long opportunity. Of course, this would have been the best long opportunity as soon as you have that touch of these lows. If you do successfully break down from this range, guys, you know, we have much lower levels to be claimed. Reason why, there is not much resistance. Why isn't the resistance? Well, we've got the wick high here and we've got these lows right over here. Look at the price action, okay, after this resistance zone. The price action is very, very fast, okay? We have fast movements down. So you're likely coming down here to this $25,200. If we successfully break down from this range. What do you mean successfully? Well, we get some really nice volume to the downside on the lower time frames, breaking down the lows here from yesterday at 26,500. Then it's likely to get that continuation down. We are looking for those scalp scenarios, okay, to the downside. Scalp scenarios, scalp shorts, day trades after the successful breakout. The successful breakout needs a large move on the lower time frames, okay, pretty aggressive. Then it's your time. Then it's the time to take the decision. It's time to take the decision on the lower time frames. So let me just go quickly through what has happened today, guys, keeping the education technical analysis, okay. Hopefully, you know, whoever's new, it might think that this is Chinese, and whoever's more experienced then, you know, can actually see what I'm talking about. But we got here in the comment section, Siaton, hello. Hopefully it drops. We need altcoin discount. Yes, also, I would love to buy some cheap altcoins. Everyone is expecting 25K and it won't go that much lower, says Shan. Well, Everyone's expecting 25k. Could be a possibility. You know, best scenario here would be having, you know, that massive fake out from this low. Of course, that would be a quick wick and get acceptance back above the low here, okay? We need to get acceptance to acknowledge that this is a fake out. We need to see a move down and then back up again to know it's a fake out. You cannot just randomly, you know, get into a long saying, hey, this is going to be a fake out, because, you know, this could absolutely collapse. So, you know, it's just not, we need to see that reaction. You know, you will have time. You will have time. Sometimes you do have a massive, you know, recovery, but a lot of the times, you know, you just do this kind of price action, right? And you get above the low. So meaning that you will have likely time to get into a nice trade. You always create a pivot high and a pivot low, the pivot low and the pivot high. And you know, you always hit that 50%, 618 Fibonacci, even 78, you know, to get into that trade scenario. So that is also a major scenario we can wait for, okay? You know, like I said, we need to have a plan, right? We need to, you know the levels where we could get some, you know, potential bounces or rejections, and, you know, take that decision with good risk management. So let me just go through. I want to go through this range if I do get a bit of time right now, guys. I like to keep it educational. This is a difficult, not an easy long position. Would like to take a look at stock market getting a bit of a major drop at the moment. I mean, stock market did form a kind of a reversal pattern, okay, during yesterday and today, which is also a kind of a diamond pattern, as you can see right there, right? It is a kind of a diamond situation right over here, like the lower lows, higher highs right there, and lower highs. Had a little bit of a fake out to the upside and then coming down. So, you know, likely to even correct a little bit more. And this is not going to help Bitcoin, obviously. So, right. Let's go. Much love. I want to do a bit of educational content today, guys. So you need to bear with me here. Much love from Boston. I just want to thank you for your private Discord and looking forward to trade with you. Absolutely. I have to say, I haven't done one single trade today. Yesterday, I did 2 trade scenarios. They were explained on the live stream. They were explained also on the Discord. Basically, it was this short ride over here. Okay, explaining, you know, the scenario, why we took that short. And also the short here, which was I took, you know, pretty aggressively without saying to the, you know, anybody. I just closed the live stream and, you know, focused on this scenario, you know, knowing there is opportunities right over here. So, yeah, no trades today. 0 trades. I'm going to try and get into a trade scenario late after the live stream, potentially. If I do see a high probability, of course, the Discord will be announced, you know, if I do get into a trade scenario. It needs to be a high probability trade scenario. If not, I am not jumping in, you know, and if I do jump in, it will be with very good risk management as always. So, yeah, Andy, the signals are flashing. Aditya, what's up, my crypto legend? Aditya is turning into an absolute epic trader because he's always, you know, sending me, you know, the different scenarios and a lot of them actually playing out. So, Aditya, shout out to you, my man. Absolutely incredible, the amount of knowledge that you have been getting the last few months. Hi Andy, I am watching your videos with delay. I miss you. Do you best in trade, mate? Thank you very much, Game Pro. Very much appreciated. Yeah, guys, today 0 trades. I've had a, you know, pretty nice couple of weeks. So yeah, I mean, a day without trading is fine. You know, a day without trading is fine. You know, just haven't been too active on the charts, you know, passing some scenarios. I know potentially some of the Discord probably got into some scenarios. You know, I've been sharing some scenarios, and let me just go quickly through what I have been sharing, right? Where you could have get, you know, the different, you know, levels and opportunities that they could have been and that have happened. All right. You just need to be quick. You need to know and realize when you can get into that scenario. And I'll go through that. Let's break the resistance level of that like button, says Shan. Thank you very much. Like my boys, El Socio. Thank you everyone for that insane support. Yeah, here to do the best that I can, and also teaching to be patient and you know, have good risk management. Okay, we do not want to rush into trades, you know, and we just want to get into high probability scenarios, because the market is here. It's not here to give you money. The market's here to take the money off you, right? So we want to get into those really nice confluence, high probability scenarios. Swing fairly on the 1 minute time frame to the 27,055. Swing failure pattern on the 1 minute time frame at the 27,055. Yeah, I mean, to this one right over here, to this peak, yeah, you could arguably discuss. I mean, yeah, you could arguably discuss that this was a failed breakout on the lower time frames. I mean, you're hitting value area high, you're close to the daily open. I want to talk about this move over here, guys. Right, that was mentioned, you know, this bounce, this rejection, and also this movement down, right? Because this was something that was mentioned on the Discord. I wanted to talk about it, okay? And I'm going to zoom in, guys, and then I'll go through the comment section, but let's keep that educational right over here. And you know what? We can actually do the replay, right? Just cut right over here. Do it live. Obviously, I know what happened, but we talk about before something happening, we have the plan, right? We have the scenario. You're right, in a huge range here, okay? When you take a look at the fixed volume profile, you know, you're in a big, massive range. You got high resistance here. You got the daily open. You got point of control exactly at the daily open. Already getting that resistance early this morning. I mean, this was not a bad shorting level, okay? We got the point of control from this entire range, okay? This is counting yesterday. You know, it's not a bad shorting range. Not only that, point of control, daily open, you hit, you know, you get the pivot high from the range to that pivot low, and you're actually hitting the 618, okay? So, yeah, it was just a good shorting range. And not only that, you get a small little failed breakout. Bang, you get one wick. You know, that is your last confirmation to get into potential short. But anyway, that's not the trade scenario that was mentioned today. The one that was mentioned today was okay, I got, hey Andy, I think you should make the stream more educational. It could really help. I know a lot of people, some people are here for education, some people are, hey, long or short, you know, long or short, you know, every day is day one. No matter how experienced you are, you know, it's not easy to trade the market. The best gift that I have had in my trading career is risk management, understanding, you know, I can get stopped out 5 times and it doesn't really matter. You know, the moment I start banging, you know, a few good trades, you know, I'm recovering all of those stop losses. So this is the most important thing. Right, going back here to the educational content, you know, from yesterday, just want to talk about, you know, we're totally in this range, right? And what you are forming here for the last few hours, right, is a kind of a nice descending triangle scenario, okay, right over here with the lower highs. You got this high, this one right over there, getting the rejection. So you're likely going to get that move, right? You're waiting for the move. This has to break, right? I was saying, hey guys, you know, we're going to get the move either up or down. So what we are aware here is fake outs or real breakouts, you know, just to go here from the basics, guys. And I know it probably looks so simple when I explain it. We want a large move with high volume, right? Either breaking the highs or breaking the last lower higher low, right? So when we do go and press the replay, bang, we get this, right? You get this and you think to yourself, okay, you know, this has been a good breakout, you know, sometimes, yes, you could get this scenario. It's unlikely when you create such a move with high volume, right? So we are looking for that retrace and we are looking for the next leg down, right? I know it probably sounds easy, guys, but it was very much explained, the scenario, okay? And basically, we got the high volumes here. And you don't want to be late to the party, right? Don't start thinking in shorting when the price is already all the way down here, right? And you're like, should I get into this bounce over here, right, for a short? after, you know, when the market has done something like this, you know, you don't want to be kind of late to the party. Also, when we're talking about, you know, the pivot low to pivot high, it's the first touch to the 7-8. You could get that bounce. So you don't want to be, you know, late to the party, right? You want to try and get in at the very start or just at the beginnings, right, from a potential move. So you get that breakdown. You got high volume here. You got high volume here. You are very much aware that you could get a larger move down. But what you want is a move up, you know, a test from this range or the support range, okay, of this higher low level, and you know, with lower volume if possible, and a move down to test the lows. You know, that is your technical move here. That is your potential setup, right? So what happens right over here? Of course, we need to mark the lows, right? This is a nice low range from this support level, highest lows, support from this symmetrical triangle created today. We mark the lows right there, where we do have the high volume, right? We've got the high volume, we've got the bearish pressure, winning the kind of the battle, and now we get a larger spike, just breaking a bit of the range support level, right? So we get that breakdown. So yeah, when we press play, you can see that it just hit that resistance zone, okay? And then we get the next leg down, okay? So basically that is the plan right over here. You know, it is likely a successful breakout because the move was pretty nice. The candle closes on the 1 minute, 3 minute time frame, they are pretty nice and aggressive. You bounce to that level, you come down, you know, that is it. You are thinking in taking profits and taking more profits as you come down. Yeah, you know, that is a lot of choppy momentum here. But anyway, that's basically it, guys. So yeah, just wanted to go through that. And yeah, I mean, let me just, it's just one scenario that was mentioned today. Of course, we need to talk about bullish, bearish case. We need to take a look at some possible scenarios, all right? Different scenarios. But, you know, that scenario basically was mentioned this morning where we talk about, you know, that possibility of the breakdown, that correction move up and move down, and explaining, hey, we need large volume. Then that retracement could potentially get that move back down, right, after breaking the symmetrical triangle. So just a update on that, okay? Very much expecting that potential move, but also very much expecting the fake out, okay? Fake out scenario is also possible if we have low volume, right? And it's not a big major break. So anyway, just we need to take a look at both scenarios, of course. We're ready for both, right? Is it, you know, are we going to get bullish or are we going to get bearish? Well, it all depends on what kind of movement you create right over here. If that movement looks pretty solid with volume, then yeah. So anyway, hey, this does look like it's getting a little bit of exhaustion right here. This, you know, this wouldn't be a bad long level, guys. Obviously with good risk management. Let me take a look at this stock market is collapsing. But could hold the range. It could hold the range. The reason why is I mean, it's this could be either an average normal trade scenario or a pretty epic one, because also after this major drop, you know, I know there's a lot of people that are extremely bearish. They do see these lows being claimed, and they even see $25,000 being hit, you know, in the next coming days. However, we also can be aware of a much larger ABC type of corrective move, and all depending on how that move does happen, we want to be very much aware of the volume, of the pump, of the price action. So you got this relief rally 1, you could get that B scenario, and you could get that C, okay? Having a flat ABC maybe already happened, but you also have the possibility in claiming these highs, right? I think a lot of people don't expect such a pump here on Bitcoin to 27.4, 27.5 even, to claim this liquidity and finally getting a larger relief ABC relief pump. It is a possibility, of course. You know, this is if you manage to get at the lowest levels possible. You know, this is not a long position. You know, you're not going to long here at the highs. You know, if you are attempting this kind of trade setup to get that liquidity at this zone, you want to try and get at the lowest price possible, right? Obviously not here, but you know, here, you know, having validation points, you know, you could get into a potential epic long position. You want to try and trade the lows though, right? You want to get at the lowest level possible, which is not easy. It's not easy, of course. I want to jump into stock market, guys, because stock market is just not looking great. Not looking great overall. It has been trending up for the last 10 days, right? For over 10 days, we are trending up here. We're just about to hit the support level, right? We're creating those higher highs, higher lows, right there, bang, bang, bang. It's getting a little bit exhausted right now. This is not looking great. It would have been nice in this corrective move to come back up and test the highs, right? And make a higher high to continue this uptrend. When you do this formation, then it's not looking great, guys, for the stock market, right? This pump over here did not manage to continue, and it's starting to create a bit of a lower high, right? Not looking great, okay? So next coming days could get a little bit of aggressive to the downside on the stock market, right? Just by looking at the price action. So yeah, wow, insane, guys. 350 people just on this live stream. 350 people. It's funny because when I'm on a live stream midday here Central European time, there's much more people. So I need to focus on live streams midday, yes or yes, on the New York session open. I had a few personal things to do today, so I need to be sorry on that. So, please forgive me. Right, let's take a look at some other scenarios, guys. This is basically Bitcoin is a little bit at support right now, okay, and it's getting the reaction, right? If we do, hopefully you did like that educational content, guys, on this symmetrical triangle move, okay, and the massive pump here back inside of the range. So you take a look at this, you get the pump here, it's breaking down, but you get massive move up here in just a matter of minutes back inside of the range. Yes, you're hitting point of control, but you're back inside of the trading range. So you're not really breaking anywhere unless you break this low, right? You broke the pattern here, of course, but you basically, right, when you take a look at the measured move of this pattern, right, which is, and this is a textbook technical analysis projected move, right? You basically, this is the width, okay, starting from this low, because you don't have another low. You basically, that is the projected move, and you're basically hitting that to perfection, right? That projected move from this small little symmetrical triangle. So the target has been hit already, so you don't want to be too bearish looking for the lows right there when you're scalping, right, and you're day trading. So hopefully you did like that small little educational content on that. And what is happening here, guys, what is happening right here is we are basically thinking about breaking here. It's not easy. It's not an easy trade. We're at support, just at the value area low, not a bit of a breakout. Just got rejected on the pump here. There is a little bit of high volume on the 1 minute time frame here. It's not an easy trade, I gotta say, not an easy trade, and the risk management here is very difficult, because always on a Gartley pattern, on a Gartley pattern, you could always hit the 0.88, right? The consolidation is at the 7.8. It is at the 7.8 right over here. Bang, 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 bang. So you are basically creating that low at the 7.8 and consolidating, right? It's kind of thinking about the breakdown. You're at the value area low. Problem here is, you know, your stop loss. Of course, you're looking for X point. You know, obviously, if you're trying to enter at the lowest level possible, but you are looking for that possibility to come back up to the value area high. It is very, very much possible, and even break it, okay? Because next attempt can even get the liquidity of these highs. You know, next pump could be a relatively epic pump. You know, the pump that gets you, you know, like really surprised. Oh my goodness, it's bullish. And, you know, this is the range where we could, or depending on that price action, you know, the 27.4K range, you know, finally decide, hey, this might be the good shorting level. But we need to get up there, of course. Now, of course, what's going to happen here, people are going to start getting very bullish, right? You know, 25's not coming. The other, we're going to go to 28K. And, you know, that is what usually happens, right? When the run up, you know, you don't expect that run up and it happens. You get people bullish at the highs. You know, same scenario here. You get people a bit bearish at the lows. I mean, look, I could not imagine how many shorts got absolutely exterminated here with this move down. Shorting, you know, the lows, and you got that, you know, the highs being claimed. Absolutely crazy how, you know, these highs over here, you know, typical stop loss place. You know, this is also where I put stop losses, right? You know, at the lows, and then bang, you know, you claim that liquidity and then you get that move down. So on the other side, we haven't got this high being claimed. We haven't got this one. We haven't got this one. So there is a lot of people, you know, not expecting that those highs are not going to be hit, right? And actually going to $25,000. So why not, you know, the possibility in actually claiming that and then getting the move down potentially, you know, or depending on what price action we create here. So, you know, it is a possibility, of course. It is a possibility. And you look at the DXY, it's hitting support and set for a bounce. Will increase likelihood of BTC going lower. Yeah, absolutely. We don't like DXY going up if we want Bitcoin to go up as well, right? You know. Yeah, looking at the 1 hourly on the DXY, it's getting a bit of a reaction zone here. It's kind of losing a bit of momentum. What we are hitting on the 1 hourly is this high over here that is acting as support. And just to fill in something, you got the pivot low and the pivot high, and you're exactly hitting that. Beautiful 61865 Fibonacci zone for a potential bounce. Of course, if this does bounce, yeah, this is not going to help Bitcoin, you know, in the next coming hours to get that pump, because, you know, DXY up, likely to, you know, not let Bitcoin have that pumpy action. So overall, they're not insanely correlated on the lower time frames. This is also need to be said, right? It's not insanely correlated. It also needs to be said. But yeah, I've got someone here saying, excellent explanation. Thank you for your time, says Vio Escape. Hey, absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for joining here and appreciating this. Very much appreciated. Full shorting level for me, target 26,550. Right, full shorting level currently at this moment. I mean, I gotta be sorry, but this for me is a possible bounce zone. Of course, I'm very defensive here because, you know, we are very much aware of the price rolling down to the lows. But how many times, guys, how many times, you know, we expect that roll down to claim those lows, and then the price, whoop, claims all the last lower highs. It's just a classic grab here, you know, for all of those extremely bearish scenarios. I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to be the case, but, you know, we can go through multiple examples on this scenario. And of course, you do have your stop losses, right? Because if you look at my Telegram on people, you know, asking for advice and stuff like that, and I'm like, hey, you know, there's no advice here given on me. You know, I'm just somebody that is responsible with my trading. And, you know, showing me a lot of negative positions open, you know, will the price reverse to my entry point and stuff like that? And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, you need to sort out your risk management first of all, you know, and accept stop losses. Stop losses are good. They are good. I was fearful from stop losses before, you know, my first few years, but hey, stop losses are there to be hit. They are there to be hit. We don't want to get wrecked. And what doesn't, you know, what avoids you getting wrecked are stop losses. And the sooner you understand this, the better trader you're going to become tomorrow. Hello legends, Pac-Man, how are you doing? Pac-Mod, how are you? Thanks for joining the stream, my man. You're absolutely excellent. I absolutely love you. In a friend way, okay? Don't get too excited. Whenever MicroStrategy buys, BTC dumps every time. Lol. Yeah, this is also true. You know, many times MicroStrategy has been buying the entire bull market back in, you know, 2021. So it was also going up, but it also bought all the way coming down as well. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's not always because he did buy in the bull market and the price was just going up and up and up. So anyway, I can't remember what I was going to talk about. There was something I was going to talk about zooming out here. Yeah, guys, I got distracted with the comment section. So anyway, you know, if anybody did get into this long, after this price action to the upside, I would be already protected. I mean, it wasn't an easy long, because you're forming this a little bit of a descending triangle, right? Right over here, exactly at the value area low. You would have to need a lot of buying pressure right now. But we know the deal. You get buying pressure out of nowhere, right? So it's just there at the value area low, forming this potential Gartley pattern as well. At the set, just hit the 7-8 here. Was not an easy trade. Was not an easy trade. Of course, when you don't have easy trades, you either don't take it, or if you take it, you have better risk management, right? You know, instead of having a stop loss, you know, below this level, you know, you get a stop loss here, acceptable loss, slightly below, and as soon as you're in profits, you know, you can always protect, and this could turn into you know, a pretty epic trade, you know, claiming that liquidity or claiming the actual high of the target of this Gartley. It's all probabilities, you know. It's just, or it could just dump down and get stopped out, and, you know, claim this low and even this low. It's all about being protected and knowing the potential scenarios. Okay, nobody has a crystal ball, but there is high probability scenarios. I got violated too many times by this market. Yeah, me also back in the day. Yeah, you know, now small losses, you know, not extremely huge profits, but yeah, I am profitable. I will be sharing my P&L with the community, no doubt. I don't know when, but I will be sharing it. I have no problem with that. Whoever doesn't show Whoever, you know, traders that don't show their P&L is because they're not profitable, right? I have no issue with that, and I will be sharing. Let's go through. Andy, what do you see on natural gas? We're going to go through natural gas, guys, if you want. Let's go. Natural gas, guys. It's not crypto. Natural gas, insane. Massive drop, double top, very, very similar to Bitcoin, guys. I did an epic short on natural gas here when I was trading more. I'm full on crypto right now, as you know, guys. Remember that, you know, I'm actually full on crypto. I used to trade, you know, some markets, natural gas, S&P 500, but I'm focusing mainly on Bitcoin right now. Like, I'm 100% crypto and 90% Bitcoin. And you know the exchange that I use, guys. It is Bybit, okay? Bybit, my #1 trading platform for crypto trading. Remember that you do have that insane bonus. Oh, there's a bit of golf right over there. I was watching, you know, I'm a golf player, amateur golf player, but you got that insane bonus, guys. Remember, down below in the description, $30,000 worth of bonus to be claimed. And it's my favorite crypto trading platform. Been using it for a long, long time right now. #1 crypto trading platform, Bybit. Sebastian, natural gas. I mean, let's go here to natural gas again. And absolutely epic. You know, we got this purple box here. We can zoom even further out because what a collapse we've had on natural gas. Yeah, I mean, I remember getting this box and saying, hey, there's a potential failed break, you know, well, we either break down or fail to break down. And what we happened here is got a massive bounce from this level. And, you know, can we get as low as the C19 lows right over here on the crash? I don't think we're going to go that low on natural gas. I don't think it's going to go that low on natural gas, but I think there was too much speculation here, because when we had the you know, the Russia-Ukraine event, this was right over here, and there was massive speculation, and there was massive, you know, natural gas is going to get extremely expensive because there's all of these, you know, cuts on, you know, Russia selling natural gas and the rest of it. But this was very much a double top scenario. And I was explaining how this over here was a distribution event. It was a massive distribution event on natural gas. You know, something I wanted to call off here on the stream. I think people are not interested on past performance, but it was something we talked about. If you take a look at one of my streams from the 13th, 14th, 15th of June, you know, I was talking about, hey, natural gas is going to fall very likely to these lows. You know, this is distribution event right over here. Everybody's saying that it's going to absolutely continue skyrocketing because of, you know, Russia, Ukraine, rest of it. And I'm saying no, you know, that already pumped during that, when the start of the event. And, you know, after several months, you know, that is it basically. We're topping out. You know, beautiful, very similar to Bitcoin, guys, but this one obviously dropping much more aggressive. But Bitcoin, you know, massive, huge double top on Bitcoin, and then collapsing after losing the neckline. So natural gas, what can I say? I don't think it's going to go much lower. Very unlikely. You know, I think maybe these lows to be claimed. But, you know, I don't see it going much lower. I think we're just going to try and break down from this low. But overall, I think it's going to consolidate, not managing to break much lower, and then finally getting the bounce. I mean, C19 over here, this is obviously when everything's stopped out. You know, everybody's at home, nobody's moving, and you know, this crashed aggressively, and it just stayed over here, and then got a massive bounce as soon as everything started opening up again. But yeah, I think it's not going to come down below the C19 lows over here. Very, very unlikely. You're going to start, you know, not successfully breaking out here, breaking down, and then finding a bottom. Let's go through the comment section. I got Mystic AJ. I remember it, Andy. We got someone who remembered this. Trade, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I don't make things up, guys, here. I don't make things up when we talk about, you know, I remember talking about this, you know, you can actually take a look at YouTube, you know, just so you see I'm not lying, okay, because we got some haters. I swing longed natural gas that time. Swing short, you mean, right? Right. Whoa, right. I do trust your analysis. That's why I asked for natural gas. I mean, we're just about to come down to test these lows again. You know, what I see here is a possibility of a kind of a double bottom. You know, after this massive epic drop, you know, it's just unlikely to go much lower. We'll be finding a double bottom, you know, slightly lower low, very likely. You know, if it does claim this low, like I said, you know, if it does, and this is looking at, you know, 2 months of price action right over here. If you claim that low, right, in the next coming days, and you get acceptance back again here, you know, you are like, you know what's going to happen, right? You're likely going to come back up and test this level over here, which is at the $3 rate, $3 level. So, yeah, something. Of course, then there's the scenario that it's a successful breakdown, and wow, you're even looking for the lows, okay, from the C19 crash. Also a possible scenario. Right. Hey BTC, see you at 13.8k. Wow. I'm not sure if we're going to go that low. Do we still have people thinking that we're going down to 13k? I mean, I do see corrections coming, but yeah, Bitcoin is a revolutionary thing at the moment, you know, and people are realizing it more and more every time, every year. The Bitcoin wallets are growing every single time, you know, the withdrawals up from exchanges are happening consistently every single time. Wallets with 1 Bitcoin, wallets with 10 Bitcoin, with 100 Bitcoin are increasing and increasing with time. So, yeah. I'm not too sure if 13k would be we're going to go that low, you know. I know there was a lot of people buying at these ranges. I was. And a lot of people also very much interested in buying Bitcoin at those levels. So yeah, Capo, is that you? Yeah, Capo the crypto. You know, he's a very, very ultimate bearish guy. Hello Andy, much love and respect to you, my friend. I think we will go lower. Too much FUD. Well, this is the thing. Are we going to go much lower because of the FUD? Andy, do you chart gold or silver for the time? No, not mainly. Mainly stock market, mainly, you know, S&P 500 just to get, you know, the possible direction of the moves. But I don't do like full analysis to trade at the moment on stock market because I want to focus on Bitcoin. You know, when you focus on just one market, that is when you get the juice, right? And you need big markets such as Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a multi-billion market, of course. Then, you know, there's plenty of juice to get out from Bitcoin. So why not be good at one market? You know, my market is Bitcoin. And of course, I like to take a look at stock market and DXY just for the potential directions, right? So the trends. Andy, how do you feel about AI coins? Are they mostly just hype like the NFT coins? Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, AI is definitely something. But this is the thing. Do we need cryptos for it, right? Do we need cryptos for metaverse? Do we need cryptos for... well, DeFi is another thing, right? But all of these you know, technologies from now. You know, metaverse. Do we actually need cryptos for the metaverse? Do we need cryptos for, yeah, for AI? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a hype at the moment. And we are seeing a little bit of a small little correction from the hype of the AI coin. So yeah, I do think it's a little bit of a bubble for the moment. But a lot of AI coins will rally once we get the proper Bitcoin rally, whenever that is going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind this is a bear market rally, guys. Okay, the hype, the excitement is not the same. The hype and the excitement is not the same. Hang on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. So this is very much reminds me of 2019, guys. Like I said on the other live streams, right? This is very, very similar to what we see right over here, right? We are kind of in this phase of the market at the moment, okay? Where it's, you know, people are 50-50. There's some people getting more bullish right now, which is good, right? We need to get people very, very bullish, very, 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 very bullish. So it looks like we need to go to 30K. We need to go to 32K. Get bullish, get very, very bullish. And that is when you're going to turn around. We still, you know, when I do these polls, you know, we are 60% bullish, 40% bearish, right? So it's still very, very steady. People are starting to transition from bearish to bullish. You know, if I would have made that poll, I remember doing polls all the way down here. And it was like Bitcoin 10K, Bitcoin, you know, 13K, sub 10K. And, you know, we had 70-80% of people being bearish at these zones. So what happens right over here this is just looking at sentiment analysis, guys. You know, massive people, extremely bearish, you know, mainly 70% to 80%, right? Percent of people bearish. And, you know, of course, you have the transition, right? You only have that small percentage that are actually bullish and buying or longing, and then, you know, they make massive gains. So what is happening right now is, yeah, we got 60% bullish at the moment, or something like that, or 55, right? It's not a huge amount. We've got still a lot of people that are quite bearish. So what we need is that same transition from here, right? We need potentially, right? Bang, bang. Hey, 70% of people bullish, right? And then that is the moment you say, all right, it's time to be bearish. I think, you know, this run up has gone absolutely overextended. It's similar to scenario than here, right? Similar scenario from 2019. People extremely bearish here, calling for 1K Bitcoin. And then people saying here, you know, we are going to all-time high. You know, this is it. And obviously that was not the case. There were many, many months still of correction after that. So, Brian Edney, hey, remember my name when you see 13.8K and look me up. I'm not bearish, by the way. Just understand what is happening. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll remember your name. You heard it here first, right? Thank me later. So, yeah, we'll potentially see that. I mean, it would be absolutely beautiful to get Bitcoin back down to 13K, no doubt in my mind. I would be very much ready to buy some Bitcoin down at those levels. But yeah, guys, let's show bullishness on that like button. Hey, Shan, thank you very much. We've got some support here from the community. A little bit of a slow live stream today, not much. I'm going to, you know, higher time frames. Price action is a little bit in a massive range at the moment. Just stuck at value area low. You know, we're probably not going to get that bounce. You know, if these lows, you know, my next thing here is how are we going to claim this low and how are we going to claim this low? Of course, if this low is claimed, in my opinion, it's unlikely to swing failure pattern from this low. This low has a possibility more than this one, right? If this low is claimed, it's just highly likely that you're going to claim this low over here. Of course, there is the scenario where, hey, these highs haven't been claimed, only with this move up, this high and this high. So you've done this to claim all of these lows, right? Basically this low, this low, this low, right? Liquidity grab, bang, liquidity grab over here, right? But there's more up here. There is more to the upside, in my opinion. So it's a possibility. It's a possibility. You just have to know how to risk. On the other side here from this massive range, guys, you know, there are some day trades and scalping scenarios, of course, when, you know, just like the one we mentioned at the beginning of the live stream. Not an easy one, but detectable. But when we zoom in out, if you want to get out of this zone already to trade the other zone, there is that scenario of claiming these highs over here and seeing if we are going to, you know, break out successfully, or is it just a big massive claim and, you know, consolidation, and then we back down to then go to much lower levels. You know, that is also very much a possibility in the next couple of days. So Andy, I think descending wedge on the 4-hourly chart. No more 13k, says Transform Water. Descending wedge on the 4-hourly chart. Yeah, there is yeah, no. Yeah, I don't see much of a descending wedge here. Not see much of a descending wedge. Very, very hard. You know, something like this. Yeah. Descending wedge scenario. Poof, yeah. Would forget about that for the moment. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Stay safe with your trading. You know the deal. You got a massive bonus. The link is in the pinned comment. Okay. Wow. Not many views today, guys. It's been a late live stream. Let's focus to do a live stream, okay, tomorrow at New York session, okay? So New York session tomorrow, live stream for the community where we got a bit of volatility. We got more potential scenarios. Like I said, hey, this just does not look bad. Does not look bad here for the bounce. Of course, you want to have good risk management. You want to know how to protect your positions. It's better getting stopped out, you know, at break even or at a small loss than actually thinking, I'm sure we're going to come up. I'm sure we're going to get that bounce. You know, I will just be adding to my position as we go down because the bounce will happen. And then, you know, what you get overnight is a massive big drop to 25k. You know, you don't want to be one of those guys that get absolutely trapped into these scenarios and get extremely wrecked. Okay, stay cautious, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. Hopefully you did enjoy that educational content, a bit of my opinion of the market in general. I'll be coming better tomorrow with a best update and best scenarios. As always, trying to do my best. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next live stream.